Move forward, please.
Friday prayers at the Ahmadiyya Mosque in Merton. The security paraphernalia, a consequence of the murderous intolerance London experienced on the 7th of July 2005.
Move forward, please.
Islamic extremists targeting everyone, including Muslims.
See, I think 7/7 was a wake-up call for everyone. You know, it was a point where people had to reassess where we were going. All the Muslim community had to do that. And I think a lot of the intellectual Muslims looked at it and said, we must find a better direction, otherwise we will get into trouble with the indigenous population of this country.
The London bombs were the culmination of a crescendo of hate rhetoric begun when Osama bin Laden declared global jihad in 1998. On that day, many London Muslims feared the worst.
We were praying that God let them not be Muslims, but they were Muslims, they were British, and that was a shocking news for all of us. And unfortunately, that gave the impression that the whole society will start distrusting us.
The shock waves unleashed an intense period of introspection across London's Muslim communities. At the heart of heated debate was the former head of the Muslim Council of Britain.
Probably this 7/7, in a way, it probably was a blessing in disguise that we try to reinvent ourselves and try to put our case as to who we are. And this crisis of confidence gave in a lot of introspection and internal reflection and thought, how we can work with the wider society to make the world known that the British Muslims are loyal to Britain.
In fact, the first mosque was opened in London in 1924 by the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Its faith has always been controversial within Islam. Many do not consider them Muslims. The rise of intolerance has made them feel particularly vulnerable.
Unfortunately, yes, we have radical elements in this country, and we have to deal with them. And the Muslim community themselves have to deal with them.
In search of a modern British identity, the East London Mosque began to explore its London roots.
Because of the history, young people can think that they are not floating people in a new land. They have a history and they are rooted to the society.
The mosque's Edwardian Foundation document, now a symbol of its long British heritage.
Islam expects us to be loyal citizens of a country where there is freedom of speech and where you can practice your religion and where you can work happily with each other. Being British and being Muslim are so compatible that probably a Muslim will find it a better place rather than in some Muslim countries which are run by tyranny.
He may now be dead, but through the deeds of terrorists, Osama bin Laden's words helped turn this symbol of faith into a symbol of suspicion. By reassessing and reasserting a 21st century British Muslim identity, community leaders are hoping to restore a sense of trust and hope in our diverse capital. Kurt Barling, BBC London News.